Alright, real quick, I wanted to make this video because it's been a long and painful process trying to figure out how to get Super Saiyan Blue in this game. And classic Bandai Namco, they don't tell you exactly what you need to do to get what you want. So I had to do tons of research. It was never clear and cut. It's like, oh, you gotta do this, but before you do, well, how the hell do you do that? And then before you gotta do this, and you gotta do that. So I'm just gonna, this is completely from the start, exactly. If you're just a casual player, you don't go through, you don't do extra shit, you just do the story, you do a couple parallel quests to get yourself leveled up so that you can beat those main mission quests, but you still want to get Super Saiyan Blue. This is it. Okay, I'm not going to assume that everybody knows everything, because I didn't know everything when I first played, and it was annoying as shit to try and track down absolutely everything to get it to get to the Super Saiyan Blue. That's all I really wanted. I mean, I thought the last Super Saiyan that they did in Xenoverse 1, I was reading about it, and in this game it's actually pretty cool. The first one, I agree, it was handled very poorly. I think most people would think that because it would drain your ki drastically to where you couldn't ever stay in the Super Saiyan form for very long without using a maximum charge skill, and there was no way to improve that. Especially if you tried to go Super Saiyan 2, then it would drain even more, and it didn't seem like it really helped very much when all Super Saiyan would really let you do is just spam your ultimate attack, and I mean, there was probably a little bit of a damage boost on your basic attacks, but if you can just spam your ultimate, I mean, why would you use your basic attacks? In this one, and additionally in the last one, they wouldn't let you go to Super Saiyan 3. I once talked to somebody about that, about the reason why you can't go Super Saiyan 3 is because there was only, I mean, it has to do with the show where Goku only got it in the Goku got it when he was dead, which was not a regular realm, and then Gotenks got Super Saiyan 3 in the hyperbolic time chamber, which those were different realms or whatever areas than Earth in real life. But anyways, just to say that there's a little bit of satisfaction when it comes to unlocking the Super Saiyan levels, as well as just getting Super Saiyan Blue in general. It's fucking, I know, to me it was just something that I really wanted to pursue, and that would probably be the end of my gaming experience for Xenoverse 2. I also realized that this is extremely late in when Xenoverse 2 was released. I understand this game was released back in 2015? Was it 2015? 2016? Something like that? It's 2019, and yeah, I got out of it because I felt like it was a long grind, and believe me, this fucking list is a long grind. But I got back into it just out of pure boredom, and I started getting back into it once I realized you could get Super Saiyan 3, and then when I learned that you can get Super Saiyan Blue, I was kind of in it for the long haul. And without further ado, this is the list of what you need in order to become Super Saiyan Blue. Now, starting from the top, obviously you have to have a Saiyan race. I heard so many videos say this, and like it wasn't common knowledge. It's pretty fucking obvious. Yeah, you gotta be a Saiyan. You can't go Super Saiyan if you're not a Saiyan. You can't be an Earthling. You can't be whatever Boo's race is, whatever. Also, I'd like to advise that you save as many Time Patrol medals as you can. It'll help with levels 80 plus. Like, tremendously. Save as many as you can. I never used any of them. Throughout the main storylines, it gives you TP medals, and those medals I mean, it also, there's a currency, you can buy more TP medals. I wouldn't spend any extra money on this game if it were me, but you can use these TP medals for when you get over a level 80. So first thing you want to do is learn the Super Saiyan technique, and it's just regular Super Saiyan. You got to be a level 40. So either do main quest missions or parallel quests. You can also use, what I didn't know is there's this motherfucker right here, clearing this, just right here, just right at this part of the map. His name's TOSOK, and you can pay him Zeni, which is a form of currency. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. There's a form of currency, Zeni, that you pay him, and you can up your level that way. I don't know what the average costs. I never knew about him until I hit level fucking 86, 87. But yeah, you can get up to level 40 that way. So once you're level 40, you're going to want to make Vegeta your instructor. And he's located on this hill. That was another thing, too, is that all the other places that I looked for and where to find instructors and shit like this, they never told you where each instructor was or what to do after you got them as an instructor. So Vegeta, he's up here. You're going to talk to him. You're going to make him your instructor. And after you make him your instructor, he's going to leave this little hill. And he moves to Capsule Corporation, but also in the Academy. And what I mean by this is if you come over here to one of these little gadgets that say Transfer Shop Clerk,
Greetings.
You can go down to, now there's Capsule Corporation where he's at in one place, and then another place is the Patroller Academy. So the first place that he appears is Patroller Academy, and he'll be standing where it doesn't matter who your instructor is, whoever it is, they'll be standing right here, and usually you can train with them right here. Vegeta is a special fucking case. For whatever reason, I chose him as my instructor to become a Super Saiyan, but I was like level 56, and he wasn't giving me any more training options. And I happened to look online, and it's like, oh, go to Capsule Corporation. I didn't even know about the Transfer Shop Clerk or where to find Capsule Corporation for. So if you go to one of these transfer shops, it'll say Capsule Corporation. Then you're on this little platform, and you got to press B here, and it'll take you to the little island of Capsule Corporation. You can't get there any other way. And Vegeta is going to be standing over here, right? It doesn't matter if he's in the Patroller Academy or whatever before, he'll always be here, whether he's your instructor or not, and whether he's standing in the Patroller Academy or not. You come here and you do the training with him here, and you should be able to get through all 3 lessons with him here. Now, another thing is, if you can't do it consecutively, whereas to say you do one lesson and then you immediately want to jump into the next one, if he doesn't allow you that immediate dialogue, or he says you might need to get stronger, what I would recommend doing is do a parallel quest. The one I recommend doing is Parallel Quest 23 for Dragon Balls. It's a whole nother can of worms. You get Dragon Balls more often from Parallel Quest 23, which is the Explosion of Namek. It's where you fight Frieza in his final form on the exploding Namek planet. And if you clear it within a certain amount of time, it will give you a challenge to fight 3 Time Patrollers, and it's likely that they'll have a Dragon Ball with them. And you can get as many as 3 Dragon Balls. That's what I've personally gotten, is 3 Dragon Balls from one of those, okay, so if you take one out, you have a chance for them to drop a Dragon Ball. You kill another one, another chance. You kill another one, another chance. Doesn't mean you'll always get it, but if you get to a high enough level and you repeat that quest, it takes like literally less than 2 minutes to do that parallel quest, and you can end up with a Dragon Ball. The reason why you want Dragon Balls is because this is also going to help you level up. You're going to go to Shenron. In the middle, I'll show you where that is, because I also had to figure out what the fuck was going on with that. So you'll go and you'll collect Dragon Balls in your downtime, and then once you have 7 Dragon Balls, you're going to go up to this platform here. When you go up to Shenron, which the Dragon Ball pedestal here, you'll hit B, it'll do a little cutscene, Shenron will appear up here, and then he'll ask what your wish is, and you'll say, for a couple of times, I want more usable characters, which was really nice, but what you want to be able to do is, you want to be able to get your levels up as fast as you can. So you're going to use the option, I wish to grow, or something like that. And it's not to get stronger, but it's to grow. And then that will give you the ability to level up. He'll just, whatever the amount of skill points you need in order to level up, he'll give you the rest of them for that one level. And so you'll do a parallel quest, you'll come back over here, you'll train with him again, you'll do that until you get to lesson 3, and then he'll talk about becoming a Super Saiyan, and he'll ask why you haven't unlocked it yet, and then he'll ask you to go talk to his family for whatever fucking exposition purposes that serves. You'll come over and you'll talk to Bulma. And Bulma will be like, oh, the first time he turned Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan, blah blah blah, and then you'll come over here and his dumbass kid Trunks is running around, and you stop him. I mean, obviously they're chasing each other, so what I did is I just stood here, waited till Trunks showed up, and then pressed B to talk to him. God, get the fuck out. And so after you talk to him, you literally just pass through all the conversation, and then you come back over to Vegeta, and he teaches you how to go Super Saiyan while you're fighting him and Goku in one of the last lessons or something. So after you've learned Super Saiyan, in that same training session, just depends on what your key is. If you have 3 bars, you can go Super Saiyan 1. If you have 4 bars, you can go Super Saiyan 2. And if you have 5, you can go all the way up to Super Saiyan 3, which is really awesome. I liked Super Saiyan 3. It's definitely a big attack boost. It's a little bit frustrating. I've got the things here. You get your ki gain on hit is minus 85%. So when you're fighting, you do not gain nearly as much ki as when in your base form. But you do get 20% more damage, 10% more ki blast damage, maximum of like 15% defense, 11% speed. It's a good thing to have, especially it's like if you go through the whole game without having it and then you do have it, it kind of feels like you're almost cheating a little bit. So he teaches you Super Saiyan. Now, this is the most annoying part of what you have to do, is you have to do these guru quests. Now, if you're not familiar with the TV show or the portion of the TV show that it is, I wasn't really either, but there's a guy named Guru, and you're gonna use the teleport transfer station, whatever, and you're gonna go to Guru's house. You can, as far as I know, you can do this at any point in the game, and it's better to get it over with sooner rather than later. You're gonna go over and you're gonna talk to this guy Nail, and Nail is gonna ask you to help him with defending Guru's house from attackers, and it's basically just one of those parallel quests where you got to collect Dragon Balls, and there's not anything extra to it. Like once you get 3, it's not going to go on to an extra stage where you have to get all 7 or whatever. I would just recommend picking up the Dragon Balls and running them back, and that would be the fastest way to do it. Now there are 6 different of these quests, and it's fucking ridiculous because you have to do one and they cannot be done consecutively. You do one, and then you have to go and do either some main story missions or parallel quests, and you got to do at least 3 different types of things before you come back. And so if Nail is saying it's not available, or he's just talking about how you're not strong enough to go in Guru's house or whatever, go do 3 parallel quests. I recommend parallel quest 23, the explosion of Namek. And then in the top right corner, it'll say Guru's house is being attacked. And you come back here, you talk to him again, and you'll do the next part. And it'll say part 1, part 2, all the way to part 6. Now, like I said, it's extremely antagonizing, extremely tedious. If you're, I mean, like I said, I would really hope that you get this done first thing, because I was level 80, and I didn't know that this is how you're supposed to raise the level cap. Because initially, when they released the game, the level cap was 80, if you haven't already figured that out. And I was like, okay, well, I need to get to 90 in order to become a Super Saiyan Blue. How the hell do I raise the level cap? And every time I did one of these missions, it didn't count towards any level progress that I had. You're stuck at level 80 until you can talk to Guru. And you got to do all 6 of these missions, and then he'll let you into Guru's house. You'll go in here, and you'll see this big giant turd sitting in a chair. That's him, that's Guru. And he will say he'll unlock your potential or whatever. He'll give you the ability to boost your attributes up to 125. This does not mean the level cap has been raised. It just, it literally means you can boost your attributes up to 125, whatever these are. I didn't bother doing any one of them because I feel like 100 is pretty much enough. And there's already a level cap, so if I wasted 25 on one area where I could have boosted it to something else. Yeah, and so he boosted up to 125, and then you got to do 3 more parallel quests. You're going to come back and talk to Nail, and it's going to say Guru's house is being attacked or whatever. You're going to come back and talk to him, and it's going to restart back at part 1. And you're just going to have to do it. You're going to have to do part 1, part 2, all the way through part 6, all over again, all while not being able to do it consecutively. You got to do one, do some parallel quests, do another one, do some parallel quests, and then come back. And that's why I'm saying Parallel Quest 23, it becomes a lifesaver because it takes like less than 2 minutes to complete the whole thing. You get Dragon Balls, you level up. It's all making progress in that way, and it's the fastest way that I can think of, or at least that I believe would probably be it. Some people say there's other parallel quests that will give you more Dragon Balls. In my opinion, you can get as much as 3 in Parallel Quest 23, and you can get it done as little as 2 minutes. Not to say it's guaranteed you'll get a Dragon Ball every single time. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm just saying that it was the fastest that I could imagine. You can't get any faster than that. So, you got to make sure that you do parallel quests and you come back, and after you've done it 6 more times, you get through part 6. For me, I was extremely confused, and I did a couple more parallel quests that said his house was being attacked again, and then I had to do part 1 one more time. So I did part 1 3 times, and I was about to be pissed off, but it was by that third time he moves back over to the side and you can go into Guru's house. At this point, you don't have to do any more of Nail's missions. I kept doing a little bit more just in case, but as far as I know, you don't have to do any more. He was never standing in front of the door blocking access again. So he lets you inside Guru's house again. You go and talk to Guru, and he's like, "Oh, I sense a power in you," blah blah blah, the same bullshit, and you have to go through it like 3 or 4 times. But then he'll come over here, he'll touch you on the head, and then fucking your level cap is raised up to 85. And a lot of times, by the time that you are level 80, and that I guess that's something pretty important to mention, you do have to be a level 80 in order for him to raise the level cap. And you can come back to him. The level cap will go from 80 to 85. Then once you're 85, you'll be stuck again, and you have to come back to Guru. But usually it'll give you a message right out of a parallel quest or a story mission or whatever. It'll say, "Oh, in this version of the game, the level cap has been raised from 80 to 85, or 85 to 90, or 90 to 95, or 95 to 99, and you'll just keep going back every single time. You don't got to talk to Nail. You don't have to do his stupid missions. You just go back into Guru's house. He's like, "Oh, you're much stronger," blah blah blah, and then he'll get you back up. Okay, so let's see. Complete all 6 quests again. Yes, okay, and then unlock potential. And so now you've got the ability to unlock and raise the level cap whenever you need to. Now, at this point, once you've got those 2 steps under control, learning Super Saiyan and doing the Guru quests, then you have to beat the game. Now, beating the game is a precursor to what comes next. Once you beat the game, Goku becomes available as a trainer, and you'll find, okay, so he becomes available as a trainer, but as well as while beating the game, there's an additional step you need to do, and it's at the training academy. So while doing the Guru quests, after learning the Super Saiyan technique, you're going to want to go over here to the training academy, the bottom left side of the map. You're going to talk to this advancement test desk, and he's going to say you're eligible for a certain class, and you're going to take that class, and you're going to take as many classes as you can. I think you can do 1 or 2 classes within a session, and then you got to do a parallel quest, and you come back and you can do more. But I think there's 4 classes. There's beginner, intermediate, advanced. Oh no, and then there's God class and then super class or something. Like Kai class and then God class. And once you complete all those 4, then that's going to help you in the next one. So after you've done all these, you've beaten the game, Goku will become available to train. I mean, it's just better that you have the classes done by this point, because when you come over here, and this is the bamboo forest, you can use one of the transfer shop clerks. You just go over here to the transfer shop clerk, wherever you might find one, Bamboo Forest District. And Goku, right here, and you're going to ask him to be your trainer. Once he agrees to be your trainer, he's gonna start spawning over at the academy, right? Once he's over at the academy, you can do one training session with him at a time, and then it might say that you have to unlock more courses. So you'll come over here, train with him, and then he won't let you train anymore. You do the advancement test desk, and you get all the way through the God class, and he should be able to teach you all the lessons. If he still won't, and you've got all those, and you want to do one after the other, you might not be able to do them consecutively, so you have to do a parallel quest in between. You just come back right after one of them, and you come back and you talk to Goku, and he'll teach you the next one. You have to get through every single one of his lessons in order for the most important part. Now, training with Goku, after you beat the game in training with Goku, by the way, you do have to be a level 70 to train with Goku. He will not accept you as a student unless you're a level 70. You can pay that guy TOSOK, or you can do Parallel Quest 23 for Dragon Balls. After sparring with Goku in his final training mission, you'll need to get to level 90. You'll also use the Guru quest. You'll go up and you'll talk to Guru, and he'll get you to raise the level cap, right? Once you're a level 85, you can return to Guru's house without having to do any more missions. Even if it says his house is being attacked, don't waste your time. Raise the cap up to 90. And so when you're above level 80, this is where it gets really, really, the Dragon Balls are almost you almost can't even do it without the Dragon Balls or TOSOK here. What the fuck that guy was. TOSOK here, but this is why I said hold on to your TP medals, is because after you reach level 80, TOSOK won't let you increase your thing without any more TP medals. I had like 481 or something like that by the end of the game, and if you give those to TOSOK, he'll be able to level you up each time. And I used those to get up to level 90. Well, actually, false. I used the Dragon Balls up until 86 or 87. Maybe it was even 89. But, yeah, I used the Dragon Balls, and that was an extremely tedious process. I probably spent a day and a half doing those parallel quests, getting all the Dragon Balls, going up one level. And it's to say you need to do it, because if you just do the higher end parallel quests that take maybe 10, 12 minutes each one to do and get 60,000, 70,000 points from it, in that corner it says to the next level, which there's only one left for me, level 98. To the next level is 43,737,927. And when you're doing a mission 70,000 at a time, that's gonna take forever. You're gonna need the Dragon Balls or TOSOK in order to get you up. And so you come talk to TOSOK, you get to level 90, and then at this point in time, only at this point in time, once you've trained with Goku and you've maxed out all 3 lessons, and you're a level 90, and you've done all the academy, you can't get all the way through the training with Goku without the academy training. Then you can go back to the Bamboo Forest District, and Whis will be standing next to this fish statue. You'll talk to him, he'll finally be like, oh, I want to train you or whatever, and you'll train with him, you'll make him your instructor, and then he will move down to, back to the Patroller Academy, where I was. You'll stand here, and you'll go through, you should be able to go through each one consecutively, without having to refresh doing any PQs. But if you run into a situation where he teaches you one lesson, he won't teach you the other, then just go do Parallel Quest 23. Once he teaches you the final lesson 3, you have to quote-unquote become friends with Whis. And the way that you do this is you spam Parallel Quest 23, because it's such an easy quest to do. Use Whis as a partner. Now, nobody ever specified this. I just kind of took it upon myself to make sure that I wasn't completely screwing myself over. And I'll show you what I mean. It's when you choose to do a parallel quest, like Parallel Quest 23, and you go down, Explosion of Namek, you gotta choose him to be your partner in the parallel quest. But you, from what I assume, you can't just choose him. You can't just, alright, there, I chose him, right?
My way, then.
Or more, better yet, you choose yourself to play as, and then you use him as your partner, right?
Well, now, I'll be
You
on my
don't,
way, then.
I don't think you exactly want to do that. You want to hit RB, and you want to make sure that you use the customized partner. Now, I don't customize my partners. I never gave a shit because I never planned on using those specific ones. I usually used Vegeta and Gogeta or some shit like that, or Vegeta and Goku. But I chose the customized partner because specifically that means the Whis that you are being trained as is coming on the mission with you. So I chose him, and then just to top it off, to see if it would maybe increase progress. I don't know for sure if it does or not. I couldn't find anything that says that it does for sure, but it's pretty well suspected that you could choose him twice, right? I mean, you just choose him and then you choose him again, and you'll have two of the same exact character on your team to do the parallel quest. You choose the custom character Whis to go with you, and you just gotta keep doing parallel quests over and over again. I did about two parallel quests every single time. I did 2, and then I would go back and I would use the Let's Talk option. So you'll come back over to the transfer shop clerk after you've done it the second time. You'll go to Patroller Academy, and you'll come over. You'll talk to Whis, and you'll use. Oh. I just got another thing. You'll use the Let's Talk, and then he'll start saying some stuff, right? And then you'll wait for him. Sorry, some of this is new to me. Dual symphonic destruction. All right, so now now it's maxed out with him. Okay, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So you'll hit Let's Talk, and then whereas he says one thing, you'll ask him again, and if it's the same exact thing, then just go back and do a parallel quest. Same parallel quest, do it twice, go back, hit Let's Talk, and you'll have to do this probably 3 or 4 times. You do 2 parallel quests, and then about each time after he does something new, he'll give you like God of Destruction 8 or something like that, and it'll go all the way up to, I think, 2 or 3, and then after like the 3rd one, he'll say that there's a potential in you, or that you're an extremely large power level or whatever, and then he taps into it, and it'll just say Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan unlocked. And if you go into a parallel quest, such as Explosion of Namek, and you choose this, well, let's see, yeah. Eventually it'll give you multiple skills as you approach. The last one will be Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, no lesson required. And at this point, you just fuck shit up. So I'm looking here at the buffs. Super Saiyan 3 specifically has a key gain on hit. Like, yeah, I already talked about it earlier. Native 85%, blah blah blah. So when you put, Jesus Christ.
Be happy.
Um,
Actually, on the other hand,
it's I'm trying to play and explain with the notes at the same time, and I shouldn't use the key specifically because I am trying to explain and show what Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan looks like.
Before you die.
So trying to build up my ki a little bit.
Amazing.
I could use
You
maximum
would have
charge.
been the greatest in the universe if only I wasn't around.
Get it up a little bit more. Boom. Maximum ki. Kick his ass a little bit. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Boom. Just like that. So, stamina's regenning a little bit faster. Said 30% stamina regen rate. There's a 25 boost to all attacks. Negative 12% defense. Additionally, your ki drains from being a Super Saiyan God as opposed to the other one. So it's similar to what it was in Xenoverse 1, where I don't know why I'm being so annoying this time. Yeah, I'm not using any partners in this example, but you get negative 12% defense, plus 11 speed, plus 7 speed fly, and your ki gain on hit went from 85% down just to 40%. So you get a little bit more to be able to like sustain. As long as you're in constant combat, you should be able to maintain the God form for quite a bit of time. But eventually, if it does run out, you'll just go back straight to your base form, and you'll have to gain your ki back up. Like as you see right about, well, now. So, and in some ways, it is kind of cool. It's not exact. I mean, just having the status of Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan is pretty cool. I don't know that the power buffs are necessarily worth all the work that I've put in over the last 3 days. 3 or 4 days just playing this game, trying to get it to you know, where I was. I'd say maybe Super Saiyan, maybe just even regular Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 are probably some of the best. Super Saiyan 3 is just a little tough because the regen on the ki is so low, even if there is high amount of damage. But yeah, just building up ki like this and trying to resist using any before you get a full charge is I don't know. I mean, it's cool, and I get that you're not supposed to be as strong as Goku and shit like that. You can't just blow past everybody. But I mean, the game lets you know that you're cool, but you're not that cool.
That really is bad form, I must say.
So there it is again. And if you use any ultimate attacks, obviously it just drains the shit out of that ki. So this really is just kind of a basic attack type form, just like it was in Xenoverse 1. But anyways, that is how you get Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Wonderful.
Looks kind of cool. There's no specific changes in appearance other than the blue hair and the blue aura. Unlike Super Saiyan 3, where, I mean, the hair grows and everything, regardless of whichever hair you chose. But yeah, in that specific one, I didn't get a single Dragon Ball, but a lot of times I would. Yeah, ki drain is like 1 bar approximately every 8 seconds. So, I mean, you can decide if it's worth it to you or not. It was cool to get Super Saiyan God, and that's where my gaming experience with this one ends. Because, like I said, 43 million to level 99, I just do not even care about trying to get that high, especially when I have the highest power rank or power awoken skill that I would want, and facing enemies is, I don't know. You can't get any stronger, is what I'm thinking. Technically, yes, you can, getting to level 99 and then using those 4 attribute points or whatever, but it's pointless. It's an older game. Anyways, I just had been frustrated over the last 3 days trying to figure out what the hell was going on, what I needed to do, and why it wasn't so clear-cut and dry, and why I had to do one thing and then I have to research how to do that thing and then research how to do something that had to do with that thing, and it was ridiculous. So I just wanted one video of higher quality to explain exactly everything that was going on, and this is how you get to it as a casual player. It's, yeah, without, Hopefully I didn't assume that you knew too much. Hopefully I showed you exactly everywhere that you needed to go, how you need to do it. But yeah. Anyways, this was a bit of a longer tutorial, in depth for sure, but I hope that anybody that sees this will kind of be relieved to themselves and only have to make this their one stop without having to do any extra research. So anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.